Hello, YouTube. It is Zector back with another Rocket League replay analysis video. In today's video, we have another viewer-submitted replay. If you would like to get your own replay analyzed on the channel, please join my Discord server. It'll be in the description. If you enjoyed today's video or you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, getting into the replay. In today's viewer-submitted replay, we have Exist. Let's see what Exist had to say. This is C3 Div 4. We're right on the edge. All right. I'm paying money to be degraded. This feels like it belongs on another type of... No, this is the right channel. No, that makes complete sense, actually. I should not have won this game. There was many mistakes that I should have, like, oh God, I can't speak. That should have led to goals, but did not. Fundamentally, I struggled with the figure 8 of death. Oh, that's my favorite. We talk about that a lot here. And a lot of wasted movement on the wall and turning. Spacing between myself and teammates has been an issue for me, looking mostly to improve the balance of keeping momentum versus slowing down when in the right position. I give, many times, too much space to opponents. Mechanically, I would put myself just below average. Disclaimer, this is KBM gameplay, so camera checks are not as fluid, as well as turning not as dynamic. All right, that's all I need. Let's go a little drip check. Y'all know how we do around here, a little drip check. It's all right. What's going on over here, Chonsky? That's an interesting name. Game and Nice? Cool, let's go. Let's get in there. I'm going to be paying attention to that figure 8 of death, and if I see it, I'm going to yell at you. I'm just going to preface this now. Okay, listen, I saw what you were thinking. Okay, I could actually see your thought just now. Okay, you're not getting in that corner, just leave. Okay, I see you thinking like, oh, maybe, what if? No, okay, you're not sustainable. Your teammate, where's your teammate right now? That's the question that you need to answer in your head. Where's your teammate? Nowhere close to. So that is non-existent. Don't even think about that next. Okay, immediately get to your boost. If you would have disengaged earlier, you're already picking up this full boost. Super important to making your... Okay, once again, right, or well, not once again, but right here, we're facing non-existent options. I call this phantom options. Okay, they're options that aren't there that you're covering. Very common issue, usually due to someone not reading the options that the given player in the play has. So like in this situation, grab this boost, turn in. Prism is nowhere close to Chonsky here. We should already be hitting this turn. The only reason you should be going back like this is if Prism is literally like right on the ball, in which case I could understand this, right? But this is disproportionate to what is actually happening in the play. We want to be turned in like this so we can immediately be up here. All right, look where we are instead. This distance adds up. This is how much slower you are to the play, okay, for no reason. All right, let's keep going. I'm getting the sense that we're also gonna have some problems with kind of just meching out for no reason. That's another common problem in champ. Sometimes people get mechanics and they want to use those mechanics. I attribute it to the sunken cost fallacy. You may be asking, how the fuck does that correlate at all? But interestingly enough, what I've found in this game is when people practice a certain mechanic or practice mechanics in general, they feel more obliged to use those mechanics, or else they feel like they wasted time on them. This is very common for people that just learn a mechanic, which is why I see people that just learn flipper sets, they want to use flipper sets as often as possible because they spent the time learning them. I want to use it, right? Be careful. Don't put yourself in that trap. That's not exactly what's going on here, but I do want to mention that. Seem to have a little bit of momentum control issues, not the touch that we wanted here. I would practice just momentum in general, right? Boosting it in the air. How much boost is going to lead to whatever outcome you're looking for. Very, very, very important. I would have recommended not even getting a second touch here. Pushing it out here kind of puts your teammate at a small disadvantage, which we don't want. But we can go for off-ball value here. Nice. I like that look for off-ball value. That was not bad. This pathing's not terrible. Oh, and this is... Okay. This is not going to work. We're doing far too much here. What you're going to do, I already know what you're going to do. Okay, you're going to go super fast, get a touch off the wall, and it's going to like bounce out here. Okay, and nothing is going to come from it at all. Your teammate at that time, he might be able to get to the ball, but he's not going to get shit either. Okay, how do I know this? This is just bad timing. Ideally, what we want to do in this situation, like before we even get into it, you want to slow here. You want more control over this. You want to actually have an offensive play. You don't want to throw all your boost around. Like right here, hit a small slow, right? Reset your momentum, go for a small play in the air, soft touch as soon as the ball like gets popped up a little bit, and then you can actually follow through. You can follow through with a reset. You can follow through and just try and dunk him. You can follow through to backboard. That gives your teammate time to reposition, zone options, whatever, right? But you want to do something a bit more threatening to net here. But let's see what happens. I know exactly what's going to happen. This happens all the time. Okay, the only reason that was even close was due to Prism not knowing Chonsky is there. You may be asking, how the fuck do I know that this guy had no idea? It's because he challenged so late. Any player in this position that knows there's a player there is going immediately. Look at this, watch this, check it. He has no idea Chonsky's there, or else he would have already jumped, right? So this is only due to this person's incompetence that this play gets even remotely close. And in the real, like in reality in a higher rank, this dude is getting beat. He is getting so beat. Oh, wow. That was really close. But like I said, it still didn't work out. And there was incompetency from the other team. So you're going way too fast. I already knew this was going to happen. Figure eight of death. Wasted movement. Okay, I want all of you to pay attention. All you champ players, GC players, even diamond players. I don't give a fuck who you are. All right, pay attention to this. In this situation, teammate here, teammate can zone this. Therefore, we're not necessary. Teammate can go. Teammate can use his boost. Teammate can use his turn. You save your boost. You save your positioning. You save your options. Let him play it out. Then you play everything after. Check this out. Watch this. Right, but look at what we're doing instead. We have a whole F1 track going on, right? Look at this. I'm gonna draw your pathing. All to come. Look, you could have accomplished this with one pathing. With one pathing, just slowing down. How do I know that we can slow down here? Because I know that you mentioned you want to understand when to keep momentum and when to slow. You typically want to slow when you have options, and you want to keep momentum when you don't yet have options or want to get more options, okay? So in this situation, let's talk about this. Immediately right here, you have every option from right here. From back here, you have every option. All of them. If Chonsky decides to pop the ball out this way, like towards mid, you can go for it. Let's say Chonsky gets a small touch and it goes up this way. You could zone this, or you could dip out. Let's say that Chonsky somehow like also pushes the ball this way. You can push forward. Let's say that Prism gets this first and he also hits it. Once again, you can you cover everything from right here. So going any further isn't going to help you, right? And you can see one of these options happens, and once again, you cover this here, right? Let's continue going forward. If this pass were to come out, that's another option that you're covering. You can't cover that from over there. You're not doing anything from over there. You effectively took yourself out of the play by trying to keep too much momentum, okay? You need to slow when you have options. And the only way you're going to learn to identify these options is paying attention not only in game, which is going to slow you down because it's something that you have to think about. And when you have to think about things, typically you're going to be shit at first. So small disclaimer, if you have to think about these things originally, that's okay. You might play like shit, completely normal. It's going to happen. It'll go away. Or you have to look at it in replays. Ask yourself, what options does this guy have? What options does this guy have? Blah, 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 you know, blah, blah, blah. What options do I have? All of that. Well, when you do that, things will be better for you. And then we're still trying to get in there, but everything is just poorly timed. We're going so fast that you're actually forcing yourself to shadow. If we would even hit a slow here, right? Check this out. You know what I mean? Like, this gives you more options. Now, obviously, because of this, you wouldn't be sitting here. You would be going faster because you would see this, right? And you'd be playing proportionally, so you would have already dipped out a little bit more to account for, like, any options that come out this way or, like, anything that pops out. You want to be able to cover those, so you want to be a little bit further out. But you get my point. In this situation, what you're doing is you're once again you're perpetually shadowing. You are playing phantom options here. All right. As soon as your teammates like this, look for a way to turn around. Look for a way to turn in. You should almost never comfortably be facing this direction. Like, you should never be chilling facing this direction. You should always be itching. You should be itching to turn. All right. You should be trying to get these turns in as much as possible. Because then you can have these deviations where we can actually look for those options. But now you're hitting your turn all the way back here, and now you're going to be slow to this. And now this guy's dodge timer is going to reset, and then he's going to have a dodge because you know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that. You did that, though. You did that, right? So make sure that we're looking for those offensive options, okay? Once you do that, you'll find a lot more opportunities. But if you're always facing backwards, you're not gonna find anything but shit that's backwards, okay? That's not bad. I like the camera check. That's pretty good. Teammate has that. Not bad. Good boost steal. Careful. Should be. I know you're KBM. I think there's a button for reverse or like back cam. Fuck. What is the name of it? Rear camera. I think there's a keybind for that. Just tap it. Just tap it. You don't need to track people. You just need to understand where he's going to go. Like if he's going to route out to like directly to you, which he probably will if he has boost. If he doesn't have boost, maybe he takes a lane this way. Some players, they take a long path. It seems like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, no, that would have been ridiculous. But you can see now he's starting this path like mid. You want to know which one of these he takes because it determines how you position and like how you can like make this play. So that's really important information. I can already see you positioning a little bit weird though. So we're gonna go back real quick. Okay, yep, moving for no reason. The option that you started covering there is a phantom option. It wasn't present in the play. Right here in this play, you deviating this way, there's nothing this way. There's nothing over there immediately. Even though Chonsky is facing this way, it is like, it would make more sense if Prism was like over here facing this way or over here facing this way. I'll draw arrows for the sake of demonstration. If this was happening, you have a little bit of space here, therefore you can hit a deviation, you have that option. Because he's so close, you don't have that option. And so what we want to actually do is we want to play this instead. And you can see if we play this instead, it gives us more options based off of what's going on. But you can see we have to come in from the side here, and it's just not ideal. It can work. Okay, that guy's going to challenge you instant. Nice. Pretty good challenge. Pretty good check. I like that. Good check. Oh. Yep, nope. You're moving too fast once again. So again, in this situation, look, this is not obviously going to go out this way. So we can't reasonably assume that the ball is going to go this way and then predetermine, like go into this path predetermined, okay? We see this happening. This is a 50-50. It could go either way, all right? So you need to position for that, right? So this is called anchoring. You anchor between options. And what anchoring is you're anchoring between this option and this option. Typically, a lot of anchors, you're typically facing diagonal so that you can easily go back or easily go forward versus like facing straight forward, and it's a lot harder to hit that turn, like you're going to be slower. Right here, you just need to face straight on. Face straight on, sit here. Boom. Look at where you are instead. You are losing so many offensive options because of this, okay? If you fix this up, you will find so many more opportunities on the ball. Pretty good. Being slow here, he's got that. He's got that. Don't sit there and waste your time. You know, this isn't plat, all right? Well, you can't bring these habits into the higher ranks because it's just going to cause wasted time, okay? You need speed matters. I said this last video. Speed matters, okay? And it's not necessarily how quick you're going to things, like velocity-wise or momentum-wise, whatever the fuck you want to say. It's a matter of how quick you're disengaging when you know you're not going to get any opportunities. As soon as this pop-up happened, this guy's not missing. He's just not missing. Okay, it's bad to assume that he's missing. You could immediately already be going and getting some value somewhere. Just leave. If he decides to, and like some people are like, okay, if I leave, won't he take it to the ground? Let him. Let him. Go ahead. Let him. You could bully the fuck out of him if he does that. Even if you dipped out right now, you could still cut in before your teammate if you wanted to. So like you could still control that space realistically. Oh no. Kind of pathing. That's not bad. You're lucky that guy hesitated. Just go. Just unfortunate. Just poor mechanical execution. I like everything that you were doing and what you were looking for. Right here, though, you just gotta put this up. You just gotta put this. You don't even gotta dodge into it, bro. Just put the hood of your car under the ball. Pop it up. It's literally all you had to do. Not bad. Looking for off-ball value. It's not terrible. Hit this turn. Pretty good. Nice. See. You did the slow good here. This is a good slow. Check this. You slowed because you had all those options. You had the option to go forward, to go left, to go right. You can now go right. You should have done this in all of your other situations. So if we make this more consistent, and I'm pointing this out so that you can see a good example, because all we've seen is like kind of like don't do this, but this was something. This was good. You did that well. You played that well. Played good options. That was good. You're doing too much. you're doing far too much. Listen, You do not have to do all that. You ended up fucking up this entire thing. You had so many options from under here, under the ball, pop up, play outlet. You know, your teammates here, pop up, play outlet, pop up, play through wall into bump. You can try for that. Pop up, play pace. Like, there's so many things. And just to do a little bit of extra stuff. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Don't do too much. Okay? What was the point? You know, you were looking for aura points. Sometimes he's farming. Oh, you're getting beat. Like, you're getting so beat. Like, I've actually never seen someone so beat in my life. Listen, whenever anyone is playing a close support like that from right behind, and first of all, we know how much boost he has. Let's go even further back. Let's go like all the way back here. Right. That game and ace guy, he hasn't gone into the play like yet. Right here, he didn't use much boost, right? We should already come into this play with it in mind that he has a lot of boost because we haven't seen him commit any. There's nothing reasonable for us to assume that we can beat him to that or he doesn't have boost because everything proves that he does if you're paying attention, right? So knowing that information and knowing he's playing a close support like that, I wouldn't even go. I just wouldn't even go, truly. Like, just wait for him to get his touch. Just play the defense. Truly, that's all you can do. Your teammate's not there. So if this is fucked, it's real fucked. This is a goal. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta... Wait. There's no way. You know, I take it back. That was not a goal. Come on. This is definitely not the touch we want. This works in the lower ranks. This is going to hurt you in the higher ranks. So the people in the higher ranks are going to take the ball you just offset over there and they are going to clang on you. Like, you are going to get clanged. They are going to fuck you up. You can't do this, right? Take that little bit of extra time that you have. Like, this is poor space utilization. I know that Prism is here. We may feel some innate pressure from back here, but you still take a small touch, take a smaller touch, get the ball a little bit further out and then try to play it forward. But you don't got to do this. I don't see us getting this. Yeah, no. And honestly, it was only due to incompetence of the other player that you even got that alone, and we still barely got anything. So, just be careful of that. We're pathing slow, and we're pathing to a boost that's not there. That guy back there just took that boost. Now, you know, I won't expect you to have noticed that here. It is something that you could have noticed, but just to, you know, point out potential improvement, but just immediately leave. We're being way slow here. We could have already had this full boost pushing in towards mid, right? Don't be slow, okay? When you need to be fast, you need to be fast. In these moments off ball, you need to get what you need, refill your resources, and get back into the play, okay? It is essentially the same as many other games as cooldown management, okay? In this situation, when you're off ball like that, your boost doesn't just regen. You have to do that yourself. You have direct control over your cooldowns. There's not like a specific timer or anything on them. You need to get them yourself, which means you need to be fast so that you can be actionable in the play, okay? If you need to go grab the boost, go fucking do it, but do it quick and get into the play. Otherwise, you're wasting time. We're losing options. We're allowing the other team to do the same. Can't be doing that. We try to force it past them. Listen, sometimes when you know, it's like, so like right here, you see this touch, you were like, shit, okay? Sometimes it's better to not force this. Sometimes it's better to just play the clean, simple 50. You have a teammate right here. Now, I don't know why he's facing this way. I mean, maybe he's looking for an option to the right, but it's pretty non-existent, but I won't get on him for that too much. Anyway, sometimes it's because that could have been a goal. That was very close to being a goal. And sometimes I see players do that where they'll like force stuff. Sometimes it's good not to force stuff. Sometimes it's good to just take the value you can see and not be too greedy. That's a very common issue. I actually like you letting your teammate play this first. It's a good decision. Oh, yeah, he's going to beat you. Yeah. You sat there. Either go or don't go. And if you're not going to go, change your positioning. Right? In this situation, you coming closer, that guy's going to go anyway. He has full intention on going regardless of you. Like, he doesn't give a shit about you. So you're either going right now, in which case you actually had a chance of beating him, or you immediately go back. But you can't sit in the middle. Sitting in the middle is always a terrible idea. And you barely ever get anything. It just causes hesitation. So either you go and you fuck up and you learn from your fuck up and you know, or you succeed and you learn why you succeeded, you know, but you can't sit in the middle. There's no growth in this. Okay. I would actually encourage you to just mess up right there rather than do that like middle ground. Okay, this is not going to be a goal yet, but it's okay. Not bad. Letting your teammate come forward. I'd be careful. That guy's there. Oh, that's really unfortunate. It's probably. Oh, nice. He was able to get back. I actually thought he wasn't going to be able to get back. That's cool though. Be careful. Oh, you got to be careful with these dodges. I think maybe you thought your teammate would like cut in. You like this is a goal against a higher level player is clanging that on top like fucking right of your net right now. This still actually no, your teammate might be nice. Your teammate double committed, which is not ideal. Oh, okay. We're still hitting some double commits. That's fine though. You really want to secure that boost. Yeah. You just don't want to let Gaming Ace have it. You're fine here. You can take a little bit of time. He's not like immediately like actionable. This is a good decision. I like this. Putting it up. We're gonna force one of their players to do something that gives us time to do stuff like off ball. So like when we land, we could like path this way and then come this way. And maybe we bully him. I wouldn't recommend like chasing anyone here because we have low boost. You're not gonna be sustainable chasing with low boost. So I would just get the fuck out. Nice. Good decision. Good decision. We like that. Not bad. You know, a bit more of an appropriate slow, I would say. That wasn't bad. It does not seem like mechanically that we're doing stuff consistently from back here. I would definitely work on our air roll a little bit. We don't have like super ugly air roll. I'd say this is like this is pretty clean. You know, these movements can be justified, so I don't see any problem with this. But we definitely want to practice a lot more stuff in the air. That's very apparent. We look very stiff in the air, so spending some time in that area would benefit us greatly. This is not bad. We can be somewhat sustainable in this space. We have a decent amount of boost, but be careful. Don't get dragged into going for something here. Nice, good slow. See, some people, they go so quick when a player is like this that they end up forcing themselves to shadow. I like that you kept a lot of your frontal options here, and this is exactly what I talk about all the time. We want this option, this option, this option, this option. Those are the options we want in this situation. By staying for, and you kind of went into this one a little bit fast, which is why you're deviating now. But if you would have played this pathing a little bit slower, you could have been a lot more fluid with what you could do here. But it's okay. We're playing time here. I don't have a problem with this. It's not bad. Yeah, heard our teammate coming in. It's not terrible. Teammate should have something. Listen. In this situation, it is reasonable to assume that our teammate is going to hit the ball. And in some ranks, I will say your teammate might miss the ball, but it is not sustainable to have that, like, because I can tell you're thinking like, okay, what if it goes past my teammate? That's the only reason you're anchoring. But I can tell what you're thinking. This is you're thinking like, what if he fucking misses, right? Otherwise, there's no reason to path this way. You are like anchoring like him hitting it and him missing it. This is not sustainable up the ranks. You're going to get to a rank where your teammate is hitting stuff, and the problem that's going to arise at that point is you are not going to be along this path right now, which means you're going to be slower to this path, even with anchoring, right? Sometimes you want to put yourself in these positions when your teammates like that so you can get opportunities. Sometimes always trying to compensate for your teammates, sometimes it's not gonna work. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, maybe you play this and maybe he misses, but you know what, it's a team game. He's gonna make mistakes, you're gonna make mistakes, but you have to have the right habits to sustain yourself up the ranks, because if you're missing out on these opportunities and the other team has a good one and their second player is playing, or their support player is playing that role correctly, you're getting clanged on. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind at least. Kind of playing a phantom option here. Like, the thing is, with Prism facing like that, I would have already anchored more to the left here and not face straight, because it was so kind of left facing, right? Like, the option, it seemed, I would leave that boost for your teammate. Nice. That's a good decision. Okay, you know, I get it. Go ahead. I like this dodge. Good. Dodge back again. Let your teammate have this boost. Dodge back. If you're going to grab that boost, go ahead. Your teammate can play on this. You don't have to stay relevant here. Your teammate's going to come down this side. If he wants to go again, he will, right? But you want to get that boost and you want to come in. There's some exceptions to this, but most of the time, if you're in this exact situation with these options, just let your teammate play for this boost. You grab this boost and be turned in, right? But if you do that and you're slow to that, you can cause a mistiming here where your teammate gets beat and then these guys have a fuck ton of space because you were slow doing this option. Do not want that. Do not want that.
But it ends up working out. Should be a goal. Cool. That's what we like to see. We will continue to get. Oh, let me go ahead and get rid of all that. Nice. Pretty solid. You went too fast. That's why you're awkward. This is another situation. Just went too fast. Right here, you have all your options. All of your options are right here. This is everything. Check this out. Check this out. All right. And in this situation, this happens, sure, but you still covered all these options. It's fine for the ball to go over you here. You know why? Your teammate's back there. So as long as you cover these options, that could be really good, because there was a potential chance for them to go this way. This is still not a bad position. You just go back, your teammate takes the ball, and then you still have full boost, so you just path in with him. No big deal. And that's exactly what's going to happen. But he's being pretty slow with it. Okay. Well, okay. Listen. Another situation right here, playing some more phantom options. When your teammate has the ball like this, turn in. You should already be turned in. Right, let me play this back one more time. I know I just went back like 3 fucking times. I apologize. In this situation, I would have already been turning. And I would have been playing this way, you know, whatever deviations I would have made, probably more of like the right facing like deviations, but I would have made something like this, and I would have been closer, which means I would have been easily more actionable in the play if something would have happened. And if he would have executed it well, you play that option really well. So just keep that in mind. It was just a small figure out. We should be able to get something here. Yeah, we'll get that though. Nice, not bad. Teammates there. Cool. He's gonna zone that area. Yeah. Okay. This is not a bad decision. It's not a terrible decision. Teammate can get in the way. I like the slow. Pretty good. Oh, you need to go faster. Yeah, we're going way too slow. When you have, like right here, I would have already, there's like a billion things that you can do. You can do a pop-up, hit your hood under the car. It's going to pop the ball up. You can land on the wall with it. You can immediately shoot that. I wouldn't recommend doing any sustained plays off of here like an air dribble. You could maybe go for a flipper set. I don't know how well you're going to like actually get that. So, but you know, that's one thing. Another thing you can do is get under the ball, do a side dodge, pop the ball up. You could hit the ball just like high and deep here and then follow it through. This guy doesn't have immediate follow up. He's going to go for the ball 100%, but you would still be able to be actionable on it. Anything but slowing here. This is a situation where this guy is 100% going to bully the shit out of you every single time. Nice. I like that you went for off-ball value afterwards though. That was not a bad decision. Okay. Yeah, your teammate's being a little confusing. This is not bad. No, it's not a goal, but it's close. No, teammate's getting in there. Good check. Okay, don't just keep pacing backwards. All you're saying is, hey, other team, I am permanently playing defense. This is what you're doing from his POV. You can't even. This is what you're doing. All right, look at this. You know, you're saying, I'm just going to play defense. I'm not going to even look for a chance of going. There are chances to go in. Almost all the time are there chances to go. If you would have hit a turn here, you could have went. Truly, you could have already gone. Right? You could have turned here. Gave yourself an anchor. But don't force yourself to shadow. That is the worst thing that you can do. I do like that we use minimal boost. That is a good decision. I like that we slowed there, too, to account for, like, maybe he had a better angle. Oh, he's right there. Yeah. You got to know where they are. In that position, that's really important. That's actually exactly what happened in the beginning of the game. Okay, play that outlet. Nice. I like the confidence. Oh yeah, go for the beat. Cool. Your teammate may be able to play. Yeah, he didn't. He ended up dipping out. He could have stayed in that situation. It wasn't inherently risky because of what happened previous with that other beat. That other player committed it very heavily, so he could have stayed. But I don't disagree with him leaving necessarily. It's not terrible. Oh. Just go. Just go. It's your duty. It's your job. This is your job. When it's high like this, it's not on your teammate. And then you ended up bumping your teammate, which is unfortunate. So we're gonna get some OT here. It seems. We're gonna get into some OT. That sucks. Yeah, grab this boost. I don't mind the outlet. You should have gotten closer to him. You want your teammate to be actionable here. Get closer to your teammate right here. Don't go for the goal. Right? When you know that they have a player that's still coming back actively, like you want to abuse that time, that space that you two have. Like you two have a play that you could have made. Oh damn, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, if you just would have been closer to your teammate, there was a chance that he would have gotten it. Okay, quick flick. Nice. Beautiful. Unfortunate. Your teammate should be able to zone that though. Oh, your teammate. Okay. It's all right. Yeah, we have a little. You had a lot of offensive opportunities here. Our space utilization could be a lot better. Make sure you pay attention to that space utilization. Check out when you're looking over your replays. What am I doing in my space? How much space do I have? What options can I do from right here? Let me look to do whatever. Right, very important. I like the slow. That's a good slow. It was just done a little too. Okay. I'll talk about this, but exist is right there. In no world ever is this Chonsky's ball. In no world. If you disagree, you don't know shit about the game. Okay. Exist can use his boost to deal with this play. Exist is right here. This is due to the faulty sense of like rotations that people had. Listen, guys, Gregan made that shit in 2016. Okay, it's not 2016. It's not 2018. There's no. I have to get out of the play and let my teammate through, even though I have full boost and can play on it. No. Exist can play this, okay? Chonsky, zone the area around Exist and play the options that could come out of it. That's what happens, okay? A lot of 2v2s, especially when you go up in the higher ranks, they're going to be played like 1v1s. Players go into the air, they mech the fuck out, and they try to get opportunities or set up their support. It happens all the fucking time, okay? Just let this play out. That's all that needs to happen. Exist very easily could have gotten that touch on the ball. Chonsky could have saved his boost. Now we have two players in recovery phase, like, for no reason. You know, and that would have been a goal in the higher ranks, too. That 100% could have been a goal. I like the slow. Oh, you got to secure that boost. Now he's just going to stay. He's just going to stay and bully you. The boost is more important than the ball here. He doesn't have another option on net. Like, he doesn't. And your teammate's coming in behind you as well. Have to secure that boost. We're lucky. Once again, only got out of that due to incompetence, but he still has full boost. Wow. No way the game ends like that. That is actually incredible. That is actually incredible. Maybe asking, like, why did the game end like this? This guy is making the worst challenge I've ever seen in the corner. When you're in the corner like this, in this situation, you don't have to beat this guy. You don't have to. You need to wait for your teammate to get back. That's all you have to do. Just play time. Play 50s. Secure the boost. Zone the area. Let your teammate get back. Let your teammate get pads. Then play out of it. Exist isn't sustainable. All right? Don't treat it, you know, even if you get past here, then what? You know, it's just like one step at a time. But, you know, that's the whole game. Yeah, no. Thank you, Exist, for sending it in. If you guys want, join my Discord server. Subscribe if you enjoyed and like the video. I will see y'all. Actually, I'll take a cart hit. I'll do a cart hit this video. Let's see. All right, here we go. Cheers. Oh, that tastes so good. All right, see y'all later.